Michelle Beadle for NHD, and welcome to Cathedrals of the Game, the show that brings you the entire baseball experience like you've never seen it before. Inside those gates, there's a Ferris wheel, a carousel, there's a beautiful fountain that can be choreographed to music. Did I forget to mention there's a baseball field? This is Comerica Park in downtown Detroit, Michigan, and it is definitely one of the most interesting ballparks we've encountered on our journey.
Which makes it the perfect site for the 2005 Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
There is so much going on here, so much to see that we better get started. Here we are inside Comerica Park. We're about to go on the all-exciting tour, and we have a very special tour guide for today, Senior Director of Communications, Cliff Russell.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having us. This is one of the parts of why I love my job so much. Where are we sitting right now?
We are right now in the home dugout, the Tigers dugout here at Comerica Park.
That is nice.
One of the more spacious, longer, and of course more modern dugouts that you'll find anywhere in baseball.
How is this compared to what they had at Tiger Stadium?
Well, at Tiger Stadium we had the old conventional, very small dugout. Where the back seats were was very close to where the front of the dugout was, and you just kind of lean your head forward and you were almost on the playing field.
The old clubhouse at Tiger Stadium was pretty cramped too, but not this one.
Probably the number one question I get from folks who visit Comerica Park is, what is it like in the clubhouse? What does it look like? A lot of people can't get here, so welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. So what is it about this clubhouse? I know you guys hit the other one, not so nice, right?
Well, the one at Tiger Stadium, I guess, had nostalgic appeal, but it was very small. They tell me that the lockers were maybe a third the size of the ones here. They had, 2 showers that worked, and they had cold water usually. And if you were above 6 feet, you had to watch out. You were going to bump your head somewhere in the Tiger clubhouse. So this one is just, markedly better. It's wide, it's spacious, it's pretty. You got televisions, you got stereo, and it's a nice place to be. You got a weight room actually behind these lockers here. You got your training facility back here. Just a really state-of-the-art clubhouse.
Let's talk about the pictures going around.
Yeah, well, if you are a fan of a very storied franchise in Major League Baseball history, you'll enjoy being here at Comerica Park and certainly looking at these pictures. We're standing now in front of the locker of Pudge Rodriguez. This is where he comes, kind of meditates, stretches before every game, and then he's ready to play. And you'll see over your left shoulder the bat collection of Pudge Rodriguez. Really interesting because a lot of these bats are his. Some belong to other players. A lot of them are signed. He's not only a great player, he's a student of the game and a fan of the game.
Of course, the clubhouse is just for the players. Let's check out where the rest of us can go.
Welcome to the Tiger Club here at Comerica Park, a place where you can have an outstanding meal, great surroundings, and watch a baseball game at the same time.
I know. Can you believe this view from up here?
Outstanding view. I mean, there are no bad seats in Comerica Park, but clearly this is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, this is great. And we need to talk about the food. How is the food here?
Well, the food is outstanding. The chefs take it very seriously. They will give you everything from outstanding meats and fish to some of the best vegetables and vegetarian-style dishes here. The desserts are just sinful. I won't even get into that. It's not a bad place to watch a baseball game. Suite holders get a chance to come up here. Some other VIPs do get a chance to come. And it's amazing how many ingenious ways folks have found to get up into the Tiger Club and at least check out an inning or two. If you want to enjoy a cigar or an after-meal smoke, we do have a cigar bar right off the Tiger Club here, and it's kind of a special place in and of itself. This is the cigar bar off of the Tiger Club at Comerica Park. It's a place where folks who smoke cigars or who smoke, period, can come, have a nice setting, a nice time, still see the game and not bother anybody.
This is great, and you have, looks like a large selection of cigars to buy.
Without question, there are cigars for the big spenders and the folks who just want a cigar in their mouth, right?
And when the smoke clears, it reveals one of the nicest playing fields in all of baseball.
Right now, we're joined by head groundskeeper Heather Nabosny here at Comerica Park, the first and only head groundskeeper female. Tell us about your beautiful field.
Well, we started off here in 2000. I was the first groundskeeper to open up this park, which was really nice because I got to see the field go in from ground up. I got a great crew. It's been working here since the beginning. Coaching staff now is awesome. I mean, Evan Tram, he actually was in the minor leagues as a roving instructor when I was over at West Michigan. said, Tran, would you ever want to be a manager someday? And he said, well, yeah, you know. And he said, what about you? I said, I'd love to make it into the bigs. And, you know, here we both are right now, and yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Talking about what players want, I know sometimes a lot of the fielders have different requirements, or they would like things to be a certain way. Do they have that here?
This year we took it a little bit lower. Carlos, Guillen, cut it shorter.
Really?
So we cut it shorter.
Thank you so much for bringing us out here. It actually is a privilege that we're on the grass. That's never done.
I know, it's not very often.
So thank you. I've got to go find Cliff, though.
Cliff, it turns out, was in the upper deck, just itching to give us more information.
Cliff, now it's time to talk about the scoreboard. I understand yours is something special.
It is something special. The scoreboard here at Comerica Park is either the largest in the world or in the United States, or at least in baseball. We hear conflicting reports. You know, it's just an important part of the game. You watch the game and you look up at the scoreboard to see the extras, and we think that's important.
How about the Tigers?
Well, the Tigers are special in that their eyes light up green every time we hit home runs.
Dean Palmer drives it to right. Back it goes to the wall. It is gone, Dean Palmer!
When you see the eye of the Tiger green, you know something good is happening here at
Eye
Comerica
of
Park.
the Tiger. And you guys moved your fence in, right?
That's right. Last year, the fence was moved in to 370 in the left field power alley as opposed to 395. The field had the 395 left field wall when the park opened in 2000, and it was just too far. We moved it in, and everybody seems to be much happier.
I can't help but notice the ivy in center field.
Yeah, without question. We know there's the hitter's view. You've got to make it dark so the hitters can see. People like it. People see the greenery out there, and they like to look at it. They wonder what kind of plants are out there. It's beneath the fountain, which is gorgeous, so
Right.
I think it's a nice view within Comerica Park.
Cliff, right now, we are on a Ferris wheel at the ballpark. What is going on?
Well, you know, this place is about fun.
Wow.
Baseball is fun. The food you get here is fun. The Ferris wheel is fun. Not only the kids, but the adults have fun in Comerica Park, and they all enjoy the baseball and the Ferris wheel.
You know what? This tour has been really amazing. You guys have a beautiful ballpark here.
Well, thank you very much. We're very proud of it, and we just want folks to come out and enjoy it and have a good time.
The city of Detroit is our next stop, where we'll learn all about the history of Tiger baseball and check out the sights. So don't go away.
Hi everyone, Michelle Beadle back here at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. And right now I'm standing in front of a statue of the Georgia Peach, better known as Ty Cobb, the greatest player to ever put on a Tigers uniform and quite possibly the best to ever play the game. Cobb won a record 12 batting titles, including 9 in a row. And when he retired in 1928, he held 90 major league records. Cobb's career batting average of .367 is still the highest in the history of the game. This is just one of several statues out here along the left center field wall, and is how Detroit decided to celebrate their illustrious past. For more on the history of baseball in this town, let's head out into the city of Detroit.
And who better to start us on our journey than our good buddy Cliff?
Not only is Cliff the Senior Director of Communications for the Tigers, he is also pretty much a baseball historian in the city of Detroit.
But we're standing in front of Hutzel Women's Hospital, which is not only the place where I was born, but actually the place where professional baseball was born in Detroit. Before we had the Tigers, in the 1800s, you had the Detroit Baseball Club. They played professional baseball right on this spot. And in fact, around 1887, they won the National League and beat the St. Louis Browns for the Baseball World Championship. First championship ever in the city of Detroit. Not only was Detroit a great place for baseball, it was a great place for rhythm and blues and music that really touched all the world. So let's go take a look.
Here we are at the Motown Historical Museum, about to take a tour with our guide, Craig Salliers. So thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming. We're going to show you about the Empire on West Grand Boulevard and tell you the story about how Berry Gordy built Motown Records. In 1959, he borrowed $800 from his family, and he bought this house. He christened it Hitsville, USA. He moved in the apartment upstairs, and he turned the downstairs into Motown Records. The living room became the lobby, the kitchen became a control room, and the old dirt floor garage in the back became a recording studio. As the company grew and became more successful, instead of buying a big office building somewhere, he just bought more houses. And by 1966, They had grown to a $20 million company, and they owned all 8 of these houses and ran Motown Record out of all 8 of these houses. Now, in 1968, they moved out of all these houses into this 10-story building on Woodward. The only thing that didn't move was a recording studio, which was back in the original house. They continued to record in that studio until 1972, when they moved to Los Angeles.
Why'd they stay there?
There was just magic there.
Really?
It had made all those hits, and you couldn't mess with success. Why don't we head to Studio A and see where all the magic happened? Now we're standing in Studio A. This is where every Motown song from 1959 to 1972 was recorded. Can I get you to stand right about here? You are standing where David Rufford's standing in that picture.
And that's how they did it. They were like, Mike is up here.
These are the microphone cords hanging from the ceiling there.
He's
His coat's hanging on this old hook right here.
Oh, of course. Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. Come over here. Let me get you to stand right under these microphone cables. Now you're standing where Stevie Wonder's standing in that picture right there.
I love Stevie Wonder.
That band behind him,
Look at
those are the Funk Brothers. They recorded all the music for all the Motown hits.
Thank you so much. It's been a real treat to be here.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Turns out Motown has a cathedral of its own, and it's just gorgeous.
Well, now this is something different for us. We are actually at the Fox Theater, joined by General Manager Greg Bellamy, and for Cathedrals of the Game, this is completely different. So tell us a little bit about this beautiful place.
This was the place of the Motown Revues. This is where, on stage, Berry Gordy introduced Diana Ross to the world, where she walked on stage as just one of the aspirants in the Motown Revue and walk off winning the competition and winning her recording contract with Motown Records.
That's how it all started?
Right here on stage at the Fox. This is an absolutely over-the-top 1920s movie palace, and it does what it's supposed to. It's supposed to wow the audiences and tell them they've arrived to see a major motion picture, and they're in the finest place in town.
So that's what it was. It was a movie theater.
It was built by Fox, which is the same Fox of Fox Pictures, and this was where they showed their movies, and this was their downtown showplace. Welcome to the main auditorium here at the Fox Theater.
This is absolutely beautiful. The lobby was great, but this is just amazing.
This is the main show. This is the reason people come here, and this is where we just got to knock your socks off.
So tell me about how this was before you guys renovated it.
Well, it would have been 60 years since it had been washed. It was very, very dirty. We couldn't even tell the different colors in some parts of the walls. So our biggest job was just washing all the surfaces, cleaning it, polishing it, and touching up the paint. 5,000 seats in the room, making us one of the largest movie palaces in the entire country. It's the theater to play in Detroit.
I understand there's something called a signature wall? What is
There is. Backstage at the Fox, we have a signature wall of all the people who have been here since the theater reopened in 1988. We have Chris Rock, Bill Cosby, and they both signed next to Red Skelton because he was their hero.
Comedian Red Skelton goes back a ways, and so does the landmark of baseball in Detroit, Tiger Stadium.
Here we are at the very famous and busy corner of Michigan and Trumbull. Of course, the site.
Tiger Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Well, first of all, this is probably the most famous intersection in the state of Michigan. You say Michigan and Trumbull, people understand Tigers baseball. And Tiger Stadium was not always Tiger Stadium on this site. You had Bennett Park going back to 1901. You had Navin Field. You had Briggs Stadium. And then you had Tiger Stadium.
And when was that built?
The current structure was built in 1912, and we played here until 1999.
That is a long time.
Oh yeah, long time, a lot of memories. We've had 4 World Series championships here.
He's got it. The Tigers are the champions of 1984.
Outstanding players who played here, from the Ty Cobbs to the Charlie Geringers to the Hank Greenbergs to the Al Kalines, the Willie Hortons. It goes on and on.
That's crazy to think that building's been there that long.
It has really been kind of the sports centerpiece for not only folks in Detroit, but people who like baseball. I mean, you go anywhere in any major league city and talk to baseball fans, and they have fond memories of Tiger Stadium.
Of course, even the great cathedrals of the game eventually fade into the past. And on September 27th, 1999, Tiger Stadium did just that. And who better to MC the ceremony than Hall of Fame broadcaster Ernie Harwell? The voice of Tigers baseball for 42 years, he witnessed some great moments.
There's a long drive to right, and it is a home run for Gibson.
And of course, Ernie called the historic last out at Tiger Stadium.
They swing and they miss. The game's over, and Tiger Stadium is no more.
Following the game, the Tigers paid tribute to their past and the legends behind those memories by bringing them back for one last hurrah. And Ernie capped off the evening as only Ernie could.
Open your eyes, look around, and take a mental picture. Moments like this, they'll live on forever. Farewell, old friends. Tiger Stadium, we will remember.
Today, of course, baseball in Detroit is more than just a game. But we'll check out the game too, so don't go away.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Disneyland. Okay, not really, but it seems like it is. This is actually part of the fun here at Comerica Park, home of the Detroit Tigers. It's amazing how they packed all this neat stuff into one location. You don't even have to like baseball to have a great time at this place. We, of course, do love baseball. So as the fans are arriving, I'm going to head out onto the field and see what's going on prior to tonight's game. Right now, we're joined by Tiger manager Alan Trammell and a member of the 1984 championship team. Here we are at Comerica Park. What do you love about this place?
Well, to be honest with you, I love the background. I love looking at the city. I just think it has a great feel. And again, it's starting to get a name because we're starting to put a little better product on the field. We've had some tough years, so not too many people knew or have heard about Comerica Park. But now that we're playing a little better, it kind of goes hand in hand that people are starting to talk about really how nice this ballpark really is. There's great views out there in the outfield that if you wanted to take a stroll, that you know, you don't have to sit in your seat, that you can go out there and get a different view. And I think that's a great part that makes this place very special.
Now we're joined by Detroit jack of all trades, Brandon Inge. Can I call you that?
That's absolutely.
All right, what do you think about Comerica Park?
It's absolutely one of my favorites. It's a little bit big playing surface, as you can tell, lack of home run support we have here. But as far as the fans, they come out, it's a great facility for the fans to actually watch a ball game. There's no bad seat in the whole house. We got a nice little wooden chair area up there for the people to sit in, bigger seating area. Seats a lot of people.
So what about the carousel and the Ferris wheel?
It's a great place to bring your kids, take them up to see the Ferris wheel, and you know, it's plenty of different things, a lot of historic landmarks in the ballpark. So it's a great atmosphere for a family. Playing surface is great. The grounds crew here does a great job.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Prior to the game here at Comerica Park, there's all kinds of festive stuff going on. I mean, where else can you be greeted by a mariachi band? But don't take my word for it. The best perspective of what it's like to be here is the fans' perspective.
Favorite thing about this place? You first.
I love how you can see the park everywhere you go. You can walk around the whole stadium and not miss a beat.
Not miss anything?
Nope, not at all.
And you?
Hot dogs.
I love the Ferris wheel. It's another favorite part about this park.
And don't forget, they play baseball here too.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome inside Comerica Park. Glad to have you with us for Tigers baseball. And here is Wilfredo Ledesma taking the hill tonight as he gets ready to go for his 4th victory of the season.
You know, fans here at Comerica Park must feel like they're in paradise with that beautiful fountain just beyond center field. Of course, what they really like to soak up is some offense from their up-and-coming team.
Fly ball. Deep right field down the line. Score! How about it? A grand slam for Carlos Pena. And the Tigers jump on top 4-1.
No question, a Detroit lead is a welcome sight for fans throughout Comerica Park. And that includes, of course, the boys up in the Tiger Club. And how about that fantastic view of the sparkling Fox Theater that you get from the cigar bar? Meanwhile, back on the field.
Pitch, swinging a line drive, base hit right field. Uribe scores, and the Sox lead 5-4.
Every fan at Comerica Park leaves with a story about how great their seat was, especially those with an amazing view of both teams' bullpens. Of course, the best seat in the house is reserved for these guys, but they don't get to ride the Ferris wheel or take a spin on the carousel.
All right, Ferris wheels, a carousel. They have definitely split me up into the whole amusement park thing they've got going here. So, what do you do when you're in an amusement park? You oink out on sugar, cotton candy, homemade donuts, and their specialty, something called an elephant ear. It's like heaven.
Now, heaven to a Tigers fan would be recapturing the days of past glory, here in the present.
Here we are in the concourse at Comerica Park, joined by a huge Tigers fan, Al Wilkerson. I know you said you're a traditionalist, but all the new parks, they all have gimmicks. This one definitely has its theme going with the carousels, Ferris wheel. As a traditionalist, can you step back and appreciate it, or are you just kind of...
Well, I think the biggest thing that's going to bring people in here is winning, and I think Trammell's done that. He's getting this, the Tigers on the right track. The Tigers now are winning, and hopefully they're going to, build some new tradition here.
And it's slapped to right field. It's a base hit. Second hit of the game for Brandon Inge. Leadoff man is on.
Win or lose, Tigers fans are guaranteed a great time when they visit one of our most modern cathedrals of the game.
Another tight ball game here at Comerica. These two teams have played a pretty good series so far.
Well, that'll wrap it up for this fun edition of Cathedrals of the Game. Hope you enjoyed the entire baseball experience as much as I love being here in Detroit. Before we go, check out some of the upcoming cities and ballparks we'll be visiting in coming weeks on Cathedrals of the Game. I'm Michelle Beadle for NHD. Thanks for watching.
It's off to Toronto for baseball, Canadian style. Just one of the many places we will visit on Cathedrals of the Game.